We go to the Vaqueros hotline because I was eager to talk to this gentleman because I'm going to see him tonight and take in some of the greatest bull riding on the planet.
Amen
the
to
Austin
that.
Gamblers and Gambler Days are here Friday, which is tonight, Saturday and Sunday at the Moody Center.
Nice.
He is our great friend, JJ Gottsch, president of the Austin Gamblers. JJ, are you guys ready for the big weekend?
Yes, sir. We are. We are here. I'm down here actually at Moody Center right now. Unfortunately, the weekend hasn't even started, and I think I've already lost my voice. So,
well, that happens. Is the dirt going in? Is the dirt being laid on the ground at the Moody Center?
The dirt is in. The chutes are in. I'll walk in here in a minute, take a picture, and text it to you, and then you can throw it up on the interwebs.
Cool.
For all the land to see.
Well, I mean, you know, we love following the team and saw them last week on CBS Sportsnet and y'all's game. You guys are 8-1, man. You're off to a great start. But for you personally, I know this is, you know, it's kind of like the F1 weekend. It's one weekend a year. You get to put on the show, and it's here now. I mean, everything, all the planning, all the rehearsals are done, and it's time to go.
Yeah, and I mean, we're at the halfway point of the season. As you mentioned, we're in first place. We're 9-1. The guys are on a roll. We're healthy, probably more than anything. And you guys know in sports that, and especially Rod in football, right? If you're not healthy, you don't have a chance to win. And for us, it's not a matter of if our guys are going to get hurt; it's when and then how bad. Fortunately for us, our nicks and bruises have not been major so far. Knock on wood. Our guys are relatively healthy, and that's this sport. If you can stay healthy and you've got a good team, which we do, we've got a shot now to bring these guys back to Austin in first place at the Moody Center, on a roll. You know, after the success of the ride. The docu-series on Prime and more people knowing who we are and what we are. And there's a different feel about this year than last year. Just more people know about it. More people are excited. And our guys they're fired up and they want to represent and they want Austin to be proud of them and proud of this team.
JJ, as you say, this year is different than last, I think, for the fans, but also for the riders. I know you told us in a visit with us during the summer that you guys did a team-building event in Brazil. Like, the whole idea of a team bull riding series was new to the riders, too. I mean, that's been an individual sport for their whole lives, and all of a sudden they're thrust into a situation where it's a team, which they like, but you got to get used to it. Do you feel like the team building and the aspect of that, you're starting to see more of it here in year two?
No, exactly. And that was something, and fortunately for me, I was the one outlier last year in this sport. I was the guy that was not from the bull riding or rodeo or Western sports. I was from baseball. But the reason I got brought in was because I'd come from a team and a league background. And so I knew how critically important it was, and to build, as Rod knows, that locker room culture and for guys to trust each other and for those bonds to be built. So we've been really intentional from day one and throughout this year. As you mentioned, took our training camp to Brazil this year. The guys got really close. There's a great, on our YouTube channel, on our Austin Gambler YouTube channel, there's actually a kind of a video that recaps it. But everything that we've done, we've had the guys in town all week. Everything that we do together. All the guys, we took them out on Lake Austin yesterday and went wake surfing. But it feels like a team, which is crazy for a sport that's been individual for 100 years, where it's just typically one guy and one bull. But now these guys are coming together, supporting each other, coaching each other when they're not riding, coaching each other after practice. And it's fun to see and the bonds that these guys have built, because now I know, like all of us that have played team sports, even when this season's over, these guys are going to be brothers for the rest of their lives.
Hey, JJ, let me ask you, because, the PBR series, we know you guys are having a fantastic season so far. What about the postseason? Is there a postseason, and how does it work? Because you guys are obviously one of the better teams in PBR right now, and I think championships obviously on your mind.
No, for sure, Ron. Last year, we've kind of called this year our unfinished business tour, because last year we won the regular season. We got a bye in the first round of the playoffs in Las Vegas, and then we stumbled in the second round, and we just didn't perform. And so this year, the guys, they picked up where they left off and said, listen, we're in first place. Every weekend we've come into this year, we've been in first place, and when we left, we were in first place. The guys want to keep that going the whole year, but at the end of the day, as you know, it's about championships. People only remember who won the World Series and who won the Super Bowl, not who got in second. Yep. So for these guys, same thing. We want to, we want to win the regular season. Top two teams get a bye in the first round, but all 8 go to Las Vegas, October 20th through the 22nd. That's where a champion gets crowned.
Yeah. Austin Gamblers tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday afternoon with great music. William Ziders tonight, and then William Clark Green tomorrow. Kevin Fowler on Sunday. And watching the event last week, JJ, and over the course of the first half of the season, we know Jose Vitor Leme is the best bull rider in the world, and he anchors your team. But man, the kid Dalton Castle has come on and become, you guys now have 2 or 3 of the best riders in all the PBR, and Castle, I think, was a bit of a surprise for people in that realm.
Well, just, the thing about it is Dalton, he's a Cowboys cowboy. He's from Muleshoe, Texas. I mean, if you looked up the definition of cowboy or wanted to have the voice of a cowboy, it's Dalton Castle. And it's crazy for him to be overshadowed because he's a guy that his nickname is King of the 90s. He typically gets more 90-point rides than anybody. He's number 3 in the MVP standings, but when you got Jose, he just gets a lot of attention. Then we got Zeke, who garners a lot of attention. But Dalton, he's a Cowboys cowboy. He rode this year in the individual season. He had a grade 1 MCL tear, a grade 3 PCL tear, and a fractured leg all at the same time, and he continued to ride. I mean, the kid's just got more gut and grit than anybody you've ever met. And so, last week, Jose stumbled a little bit for the first time, showing that he actually is human.
Yeah.
And Dalton picked up. He got 2 rides for us last weekend and helped us win 2 or 3 games. So, and that's what this thing is we talk about. We win as a team and we lose as a team. And even on nights when Jose doesn't show up, this year, the rest of the guys are ready to step up for him.
Hey, for our audience, JJ, that A is coming tonight, already has their tickets or this weekend, and or still looking for some seats and how to get there. I know for Horn listeners, there's 25% discount. We've given away a bunch of passes this weekend, which we're excited about. How can folks be there? What is the schedule tonight as far as getting off work and getting there and seeing some music and then getting ready for the bull riding?
Absolutely, Warren Aaron. Warren Zider just walked up. That's why I said Warren. But we've got. So speaking of him, so tonight we've got. So the event starts at 7:45 bull riding, but we've actually got Warren Ziders is kicking off music in the Dell Technologies Plaza right outside the Moody at 6:15. He'll be on stage from 6:15 to 7:15. The first 1,000 people that get here tonight get a free Yellowstone Dutton Ranch cap.
Cool.
Nice.
And then bull riding starts at 7:45. Tomorrow we go an hour earlier. As you mentioned, William Clark Green goes on at 5:30. First 1,000 people tomorrow get a Yellowstone Dutton Ranch T-shirt. And then Sunday, the afternoon start at 2, but we got, as you mentioned, Kevin Fowler. He's playing at 12:30, and it's kids free. Any kid that comes out gets a free ticket with paid adult admission. And then also the first 500 kids on Sunday get a free Gambler belt buckle.
Very cool.
Nice.
Gambler Days are here. We wait all summer for it, and here it is, really to launch the football season, which is right around the corner, but it's rodeo season and bull riding season, which is here. Thank you, sir. JJ, look forward to seeing you tonight. Apparently we're going to be sitting right on top of the chute, so I look forward to it, and really can't wait to be a part of what's going to happen tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you guys.
All right, JJ
Thanks,
Gottsch.
JJ.
Yeah, Austin Gamblers. Bull riding is here.
I meant to ask him. I know he seemed like he was busy, of course, getting ready to start up Gamblers Nights. But, man, that's training staff for the Austin Gamblers. I just wonder how big the training staff is. I mean, football training staffs are huge because the teams are huge. But their training staff, obviously the teams aren't huge, but they got, the injuries they have to address. What these guys get, they just nicked up. We talking about shoulders and broken bones.
What did he just say? He said he
bruised,
torn PCL,
yeah,
MCL.
He went through a list of them.
And he's still riding.
I'm thinking to myself, it's exactly. So the trainers got to get them ready. In spite of all that, I just wonder: is it a large team? Is it 3, 4 dedicated individuals? Their training staff. I don't know what they're paid, but they may be underpaid because they work hard.
Yeah, and those guys are so tough. It reminds me of, we were talking about Aaron Judge earlier in the year not playing because of his toe injury, and my man Casey Sutter was like, soft.
Exactly.
He's soft. I played the whole season with a broken foot.
Yeah, no, because football, that's one of the things. Like, no, man, you play through that. I like it. But baseball has so many games, though. They look for reasons to take off again.
Oh, yeah. I feel like every O lineman, and no matter what level they play at, over exaggerates the injuries. Though, like, my ankle was torn apart.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. But I would say they are tough, though. They are some tough mofos down there in the trenches, man. Like, I've seen guys like broken, hands and stuff, and they just kind of wrap
but they'll let you know.
Club on.
They'll let you know.
They will let you know.
Yeah, you played out there
how
on the wing there, Rod. You played out there at DB, which it's a physical thing, but you understand what those trenches are about. I mean,
the worst thing that happened to me was like my toenails would come off. Like, this is really it's painful as hell. That's because we wore Reeboks though. And once we got Nike, then there was no toenails coming off anymore. But Reeboks it was just bad. Does anybody wear Reebok anything anymore? Exactly.
Steph Curry's a Reebok guy, I think.
Exactly.
Or no, he's Under Armour.
There you go. See, because
Paul George.
toenails were coming off too much. We were like, we got to get rid of this stuff. I can't be playing in these, and my toenails are coming off every football season because your shoes suck.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, Reebok.
But those dudes in the trenches, that's just warfare.
It's
brutal.
Man. It is
for
brutal.
a 60-minute game.
Just every play, you gotta go and just fight and beat on another person, and they're doing the same to you, and it's the same person usually. That's because you think about how mad and upset you'd be by the fourth quarter. If the same person, you get into a fight with the same person every play.
Oh, no, I'd always end up knowing the guy by the end of the game that I was going against. Yeah,
hey, bro. Because both of y'all win some, you lose some, right?
I remember one time we were playing Lehman, and their whole O-line. I mean, they weren't a very good team back then, and we were beating the crap out of them. Their whole O-line, they had like a stand-up routine. They would come up and they'd all have everything
shifting everything.
No, they were dancing and saying certain lines, and they're like, "Hey, can y'all just take it easy on this drive? We won't go very hard." I was like, bro, we're in the middle of a game.
That's hilarious.
That is great. They were being they were asking you, basically negotiating with you.
They'd be like, dude, how do you play D-line? You're too fast and skinny. You run past me every time.
Hey, take it easy, man.
I love it. They just gave up on competing. They were like, you gonna get our ass whooped here. That's just
I'll
make
say
some
this
friends.
for the bull riders, who are the toughest dudes out there. I was watching last week because it was on CBS Sportsnet, their Sunday game, and this guy gets on a bull, and the bull almost jumped over the gate. The bull jumped on top of the gate. He was so angry. And this guy straps back on there. I'm like, hell no.
And that's all the fans the fans right there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he almost jumped off over the gate, out onto the into the arena.
Yeah.
But both of his legs went up over the gate.
That's how athletic this 1,000-pound steer was, is what you're saying.
I'm out.
Right, exactly. Now imagine him jumping that high and then landing on part of your body, which happens to these guys. So they get kicked and knocked off the bull.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I got a whole new respect for those guys, especially after watching the Amazon series.
Oh, that's called The Ride.
The Ride, yeah.
If you're thinking about going to the Gamblers this weekend, and as you just heard, JJ, kids are free on Sunday, so you can get a ticket for you and the wife and bring the kids, and it'll be free.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch The Ride tonight, at least one or two of the episodes of that on Amazon, and you'll be hooked. You'll be all in. You'll get to know the riders. And if you watch episode 3, I believe is when it was they were in Austin last year, and you get to learn a lot about the Austin riders. Pretty cool as well. So check that out, and then we'll see you down there this weekend.